having an excellent day and that it's filled with beads. Happy New Year. We are officially in the new year, so that's exciting. So I hope you're having a wonderful day. Good morning, Michelle, here at artbeads.com/live. If you're watching, definitely head over here to artbeads.com/live because I'll be able to see your comments coming in. And Michelle is here from the Art Beads team and Thaisa from the Art Beads team. Hello, good morning, good to see you. So yeah, definitely head over because I'll be able to see your comments live. We'll be able to chat. You can also shop the show really easily live at artbeads.com/live. You'll see the items that I'm talking about appear on the screen, and then you can click, tap those, add them to your cart, check out, do all of that. I won't go anywhere as you're doing that. You'll also see a little shopping bag icon where you can see everything that I'm going to be talking about today and shop from there. Kat, good morning from snowy Colorado. Jane from Long Island. Hi, Jan T. Good morning. GMC Ola from rainy Iowa. Good to see you. Thank you guys for joining me today. Linda in Boston. Good morning. Laura Rang from Texas. Hi. Thank you guys for saying hello. Always good to see you guys. We are going to be making some fun crafty girl jewelry today. I'm making a necklace, cute, sweet, heart themed necklace, but it also doubles as a stitch marker holder. So if you're a knitter and you need somewhere to store your stitch markers while you're working, a little necklace would work really great. Also really cute regardless. You could wear it without the stitch markers and it'd be a really cute piece of jewelry. So I love things that have a dual purpose, that are really functional but also cute. So making cute little stitch marker necklaces today. So great gift for your crafty friends, great gift for yourself if you're crafty. I love dabbling in different crafts. I'm a dabbler for sure. My current hyperfixation right now is sewing, and I bought a vintage sewing machine and I'm gonna restore it. So I'm in the middle of cleaning all of the parts and getting it back in working order. So it's a lot of fun. I've really hyper focused on this. So all the crafts, so whether it's knitting, sewing, beading, they usually work together. For example, for my little sewing machine project, I've taken out all of the parts of the sewing machine. I'm actually using my beading trays to keep the parts together that go together. So those little triangle trays that I showed last week, perfect for that. And then another thing that I did recently, bead stoppers. I'm making a dress and it has a lace-up corset back. And I don't have finished edges on the ribbon, but I lace it up before putting it on and then slide it over. I put bead stoppers on the ends of the laces to keep them from slipping out. Worked great. So if you're crafty, you can use those craft supplies in very different ways. And the same goes for today's project. This necklace that we're going to be making, great stitch marker holder for while you're knitting. Yeah, I have my grandmother's old black Singer and it works. That's what I got. I got a vintage Singer, and it's a treadle, so you power it with your feet. That's gonna be so cool. But I've heard you can sew anything with those, and it came with a bunch of attachments. I have a ruffler, hem, foot, all kinds of different things. So really excited about that. So yeah, so today's show is for the crafty girls with our stitch marker necklace. So super fun. So I have got some really cute stuff on my tray. I should flip over and show you guys. But first let me tell you about what we've got going on at Art Beads right now. Free shipping, free domestic economy shipping if you spend $26 or more to ring in the new year. Trust me, that's easy to do because we have so many goodies on the website. Yes, free economy domestic shipping when you spend $26 or more. So that's easy, especially with what we're working with today. I've got some really cute beads, really cute charms, all kinds of things. So you're going to hit that minimum easily. And on any purchase, get a free gift. We've got a fun little seed bead blend that's Valentine's Day themed to give away with your order. order while supplies last. So you'll get a free seed bead blend with your order. And if you spend $26 or more, you'll get free economy domestic shipping. So very exciting. You make stitch markers. Kat, I have done that before. My husband's grandma loves to knit, and I have made her little beaded stitch marker charms. That's another show that we could do. I think that would be really fun. Yeah, the seed bead blend that we're giving away with orders right now, it's beautiful. Beautiful Valentine's Day colors and gorgeous Toho Japanese glass seed beads. So very high quality. So super exciting sales. So keep that in mind while you're watching and shopping today. I'm going to flip my camera and we are going to dive in. So let's get it switched. Okay, who else just goes crazy in the new year and like completely reorganizes and declutters their office, their craft room? I definitely did that this past week. I've completely reorganized. I got rid of a bunch of stuff. It just feels so cleansing to reorganize, declutter, get new supplies. I've been stocking up on new supplies that I need. So yeah, it's been so much fun. I always do that in the new year. Michelle, it's called spring cleaning in January. Yes, exactly. Okay, so here's what we're doing today. So I've already got the stitch markers on this cute little heart link that I found. The stitch markers, we actually sell stitch markers from Tulip, and I found these cute little heart ones that are just perfect. Great for Valentine's Day. So this would be an excellent gift for anyone who loves to knit. Stitch markers, I believe you need a lot of them and you got to use them because I don't know. I don't knit and it sounds complicated, but stitch markers sound like a necessary item to have on hand. So I thought, what a cute way to keep them on hand by putting them on your necklace, and then you can easily have them handy for while you're knitting and you can easily grab them. And these just latch on and off like that. Super easy. So really cute way to have your stitch markers on hand. And again, you don't have to use this to store stitch markers. You can just add a charm, add a dangle. It does have this nice loop at the end there for adding a little dangle. And I think I will do that because I think that will look cute with the stitch markers that we do have on here. So that was the start of my inspiration. I'd love to see everybody saying hello. I thought these Prestige crystal hearts would make a nice dangle too. We've got a few different kinds here. I might go with this one because I think that one's really cute there. Or the red. Wouldn't the red be cute too? Oh my gosh, so sweet. There's all kinds of things we can do with that. I've also got these check glass heart beads as well. They're a pale pink color. They come off almost as transparent, especially when you're holding them on a pale pink hand. So these are really pretty, just a soft, subtle pink color to these, but nice little check glass hearts that we can add to the necklace. I've got some Prestige crystal pearls in a couple different sizes and colors, these soft, delicate pink colors that look just so fabulous together. And then we've got some check glass fire polished beads in a few different colors and even some rondelles that I think are wonderful. So this is going to be really fun to make a necklace with. We've got milky pink AB here, and these are 2 millimeters. So those are pretty small. We've got just milky pink, and these are 3 millimeter. I love the milky pink colors. They are so pretty. And again, if you spend $26 or more, you will get free economy domestic shipping. And then I've got this this is like a saturated metallic color that it reminded me of like chocolate, Valentine's Day chocolates, but it does have a little bit of a pink luster to it. So that's a really good addition for some contrast. And then these cute little milky pink rondelles. So this strand here, because it looks like chocolate, it reminds me of like those classic red Valentine's Day boxes full of chocolates. Ooh, that's got a pretty AB finish on the back. So maybe I will add that red heart here just so we get like that classic Valentine's Day look with that chocolate color. What do we think? Red, pink, what should we go for? But this is a little more the same size. I think I might go with this one. I can't decide. Yeah, now I want some chocolate. Same. I should have added some chocolate to my beading table today. Also, let's talk about the findings that we've got. I've got an eye pin to make a little dangle. I've got jump rings for my prestige crystals, crimp tubes because we're going to be making a necklace, and I've got jewelry wire as well. Crimping tool, chain nose pliers, cutters, round nose pliers, all of that. So that is all in the shopping bag. If you're watching at artbeats.com/live, you can hit that shopping bag icon, see what's there, shop that. I won't go anywhere while you do that. The things that I'm talking about will also appear on the screen thanks to our wonderful Artbeats team. All right, so let's see. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you. Okay, I'm trying to think about which... I love to organize my beads, just an excuse to admire and play with them. Yes, that's always so fun. So let's see, which little crystal heart do we want here? Red or pink? We could do this one too. What do we think? Small, medium, large. What if we did all of them? That would be crazy. But you could, if you were going if you're not making this as a stitch marker holder, you could go that direction and just have these dangling on the heart. That would be really cute too. Okay, I'm seeing pink, medium. So I think we should go with this one. Yeah, there was only 2 left of this one when I added it. So you guys have been scooping them up. That's why I added these to the show as well, because these have more stock. So maybe let's go with one of these since we have stock of these. Let's see. Let's do this small one. I think that'll be cute. But again, you could do anything you like. So I want to make it dangle a little bit further down. Let's cut these strands too to begin with, just so we can mix all of our beads together. It's truly my favorite thing to do. Just make bead soup out of them. It feels so good to play with beads. It just makes you relax. It opens up the creativity. It's a nice, I feel like it's a nice morning warm up on Thursdays to just play with beads with you guys. It's truly so wonderful. Oh, that looks great all mixed together. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also have this cute little heart and arrow clasp. These look good together. Oh my goodness. Yes. All right, let's get these all mixed up. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. I love this. I have more heart beads too that we can add in there. You can see in the bag, you can see more of that pink color in person. On camera it looks very clear, but I promise you there is some pink in there. Okay, that looks beautiful. Oops, sorry guys. All right, so let's make a little dangle here. And I think I'm going to go with one of these AB. Oh, I'm not coming to Tucson this year, sadly. I wish. That sounds like a dream. Deb should be there. And she should be there finding some goodies. Love me some bead soup. Me too. Oh my gosh. So good. Maybe do that. A little chocolatey one. Let's do this check glass heart in the middle. That might be fun. Oh, so cute. I love it. And then the AB. And then what did we do? The milky, the little bit bigger one. Pretty. And then we could put this here. Just for like a nice little dangle at the end. That would be cute. So let me bend my wire. Got to get my round nose pliers within reach. Oh, and the sunshine's coming in. This is usually not a problem for us in cloudy Washington. I usually don't have the sunshine just streaming in. But today we do. What a nice thing to be thankful for. So I will make sure not to get in that sliver. Oh, went away. Clouds are back. There we go. Okay, what do we think of that? That's cute. I like that. Or do we want it to be a little shorter? This feels a little bit long, and I think when hanging, I don't know. What do we think? I will pet some beads for you. Thank you, Marisol. Yeah, that's the best part, is just like running your hands over all the beautiful beads. Let's see. Or maybe it's the color of this that I think this is too long. I think I want to make a little bit shorter of a dangle. Maybe we just do a pearl in there, like a little AB, yeah, shorter. AB, and then this little pearl, and then an AB. Yeah, I think that's going to be, yeah, that'll work a lot nicer. Just add a little bit of sparkle between those stitch markers. The pearls really are beautiful. We'll add those hearts into the body of the necklace for sure. Cutters is what I need. Okay. I won't use beads if I don't like how they feel. Fair enough. I mean, you have to wear them. And it almost is like a, what do they call them? Like a fidget spinner, where you kind of like feel your beads or play with your necklaces or bracelets as you're wearing them. Totally get it. All right, let's open up this jump ring and see how this works. That's a perfect jump ring for this little heart. And then add that on. And then close it up. Yeah, shorter was the way to go. And this, add a little like lobster clasp stitch marker. You can make your own stitch markers easy. So you could make stitch markers and add them to this. That's so cute. Okay, yes, shorter was the way to go. Now I'm wondering if I can just attach this directly to the heart without having to add another jump ring. Let's try it. And I want some stitch markers on both sides. Yeah, that'll work. Close it up nice and tight. And there we go. Yeah, that looks really cute on there. Okay, so we've got our little dangle. Let's make the necklace. So this will hang at an angle here like this, because it's got the loop on one side, so that's going to be really cute. So let's cut some jewelry wire. And I always cut more than I need. But you also want to consider the length of your necklace. So 18 inches, 20 inches is about standard. So you're going to want to cut that length plus 4 inches for crimping. Now I cut way long. So this is going to hang right in the middle. I'm going to add a jump ring to the top of this so it hangs nicely. Wrong pliers. I like to use my chain nose pliers for this. So add that. So cute. Okay. And then you can just put that right in the middle there. And you could close this before adding it. I don't know why I did that, but I just got excited. Okay, so now we're ready to like start adding beads to the body of our necklace. And I think I'm going to use those pearls for sure. So I think I'm going to start with this little pearl because our jump ring here that I'm working with is quite large and I don't want the pendant to like slide around on the necklace. So we're going to start with these little pearls and see where we go from here. Let's do like a rondelle situation. We could always just work on one side and then see where we go. I love this chocolatey pink color. Maybe another rondelle. Yes. And then a heart, perhaps. Or actually, I like this color here. There we go. Ooh, yeah, that kind of like, that color blends into the check glass colors really nice. Oh yeah, stitch markers are used in knitting. So in knitting, I think you have to count stitches for a lot of patterns. So the stitch markers, you put them in place on your yarn as you're counting stitches. Don't quote me on that. I am not really a knitter, but I think that's how they work. Let's do the AB because I really like the AB, and then a heart. Boop. Heart. And then another one. Let's get these out of the way while we're stringing. That's cute. And then we can like kind of like symmetry the pattern. So we'll do the chocolate. Chocolate. Oh, thank you. Thaisa has added more chocolate colored beads to the shopping cart or the shopping bag. If you're watching at artbeads.com/live. Thank you. We could always use more chocolate in our lives. Yes, knitters and crocheters use them to mark stitches or beginnings and endings of rounds. That's a good idea in crochet, Marisol. They're also used in crochet to mark your rows. Great. So knitters and crocheters can use stitch markers. I've only dabbled in crochet, again, like I said. So why are stitch markers here? So while you're knitting, this can hold your stitch markers until you need them. You don't have to add them to a necklace like this, but I thought it was a cute idea for crafty girls. Like you could add your stitch markers to this necklace, wear this necklace while you're stitching or while you're knitting or crocheting, and then you have the stitch markers handy. So it's kind of like a modern day chatelaine, like the ones they wore in Victorian times. You don't have to add the stitch markers if that's not your thing. But I thought the stitch markers were cute, and it like combined crafts. I'm always a fan of combining. So that's why the stitch markers are there. Totally optional. Okay, and then add this. And then we've got this here. No, we don't want to do that. We want to do the lighter pearl. Oh, these colors look so good together. Yes, yes, yes. Loving that. Okay, that's a really cute pattern. So let's keep going with that. How cute is that? I'm loving this. I haven't made a necklace in a long time. It's been a while. So it's kind of nice to get into the necklace flow. So let's do that. A chocolate and then a rondelle. And then a bigger pearl. Oh, so, so cute. And then we'll do that again. Right? Yes, on either side. A rondelle, a chocolate. And then we do the AB. Now here's where the pitfalls of mixing. Sometimes the beads look so similar. It's better to keep them separated. There we go. What am I busy with these days? Oh my gosh, Lydia, how much time do you have? Well, I'm sewing a dress. I'm making, have you guys watched the new Frankenstein movie? Oh my gosh, the costumes in that movie are absolutely amazing. So I'm making the blue dress from that movie, along with all of the jewelry in that movie. It was provided by Tiffany. So beautiful. So with the blue dress, she wears this scarab necklace. So pretty. I'm recreating that necklace. I'm going to recreate her feather headpiece. It's a whole thing. So I've got the dress done, working on the necklace right now. It is so, so pretty. While I'm gabbing, I'm trying to remember what I'm doing here. We added that, and then we add another round of the bigger pearls. So I'm making that. I made the scarabs out of polymer clay. It was really fun to work with, kind of my first time using polymer clay. And then I bought a vintage sewing machine, and I'm taking, this has all happened like within the span of a few weeks. I've just been like, sewing is my passion. I bought a vintage sewing machine, and I'm taking it apart and restoring it and hoping it works, because it's not an electric sewing machine. It's one where you use your feet to power it. So I have delusional confidence in myself that I can clean it up and get it working. So we'll see how that goes. But it's been so much fun, and I thought it would be fun. I needed a sewing desk anyway, and it's one of those machines that's like in a sewing desk, and the desk is beautiful, the sewing machine is beautiful, and I thought this is what gave me the confidence. I'm like, even if I can't get this to work, it's a functional sewing desk, because the sewing machine like folds up into the desk, right? And I was looking to buy a sewing desk anyway, so like I've got the sewing desk. The bonus is if I can fix this sewing machine, I've got an extra sewing machine. So that's my logic behind it. And luckily, there's a lot of passionate people who have done this and have shared their work on the internet, which is so great. So you love challenges, I see. Wonderful. Yes. Best new phrase, delusional confidence. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I'm doing all of the things all at once. I feel like January is like always my most creative time. So I'm going to start doing this pattern on the other side. So I make sure that I have enough beads to do it on each side, because I'm working with a limited amount here. I have more of the lighter pearls. I don't believe I have more of the bigger pearls. So I just want to make sure I have enough for each side, that they're balanced. Because if we run out, we can always adjust the pattern to like a more simple look at the back. Yeah, my vintage machine is so pretty. So I looked it up. I think it's from 1920, and it's one of the singers that has pretty decals on it. It's very like Art Nouveau. So pretty, and the decals are in pretty good shape. So I'm really excited about it. She just needs some cleaning and some love. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be really fun. And I'm learning about like different sewing machine parts as well. So I think it's good all around. And I discovered like using little Dremels with like a scrubber brush really helps polish up some of the parts. So it's just been so much fun. Love crafts, love discovering new crafts. And so this is what kind of inspired me to do a necklace like this, where it combines. Show us your dress sometime. I have it in here. I'll show it at the end of the show. Stay tuned for my dress. Because I've got it right next to me. I should have put it on my dress form right in front of the camera when I flip it over. All right, I need another AB here. There we go. And then we need the rondelle. I think once I like match this side, I will simplify the pattern so we can go a little faster here. Okay, and then we do the chocolate bead again. Yay! Oh, it's really pretty. I think it turned out really nice. So, talking about that dress, the costumes in that dress are amazing. The blue dress is actually like, I'm sure, custom fabric that is screen printed to look like x-rays. And so finding fabric that fit that vibe was a little bit of a challenge. What I went with was a beautiful floral print that I found that I felt mimicked the look enough of that fabric, because I wasn't about to like custom print fabric. Like, I'm not at that level yet, or that budget. That would be insane. But I found some really nice floral fabric that fits the vibe. And I think because it's floral, it has more of like that historical feel. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. Okay, and then we've got white. And then we do another round of the rondelles, and then the chocolate. And then, oops, get on there, chocolate. And then my grandmother used to have one of those. I loved using it when I was younger. Yeah, I'm really excited to try it. I think it's going to work really nicely. Again, delusional confidence. All right, let's match these up and see where we are. Okay, we need a pink. This is so pretty. It just looks like Valentine's Day, right? And then we do another roundel. Yeah, floral sounds so much better. I think the X-ray fabric used in the movie is just beautiful. But yeah, good luck finding that. Without custom making. I thought about like ice dyeing my fabric, but then I was like, I don't think organza like takes ice dye very well or any kind of dye. So I was like, that sounds crazy. So I just found a fabric that I thought fit the vibe. Yeah, so that was fun. And if you ever want like color inspiration, the costumes in that movie are so inspiring. There is a combo in there that is, she's wearing like a chartreuse green gown with this sheer magenta veil. Oh my gosh, the colors are just stunning. That might be my second favorite look after the blue X-ray dress. Gosh, just such great colors in that movie. I love the pink and brown together. So elegant. Yeah, it's like, it's subtle. It's not like in your face, sweetsy cutesy. So really nice. It's yummy. What movie? The Frankenstein, the new one, by Guillermo del Toro. Great filmmaker. Okay, and then white. If you use silk organza, it would dye like any other silk, I think. Okay, that's the other thing. I do not have the budget for silk organza. I was looking at synthetic organza. So sadly, silk organza is a little high of a budget for me. And then I would be scared to dye it at that price point. So lots of factors went into my decisions here. Cost, technique, skill, all of that. So I was like, I'm just going to find an already made fabric that I can work with. Okay, this is looking really good. Now, let's say you don't have enough of a certain bead, like maybe you ran out of the bigger pearls. I have more, but let's say you don't have enough to keep going with the pattern you're doing. As long as you're balanced on each side, you can totally simplify as you move up the necklace, especially as you move up higher on the necklace. This is going to be more towards the back. So you could absolutely just simplify the pattern from here to maybe we'll just alternate these smaller pearls with that chocolatey brown. I think that would actually look really nice. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so you could just totally simplify if you're running out of all of the different beads that you have, and just create a simpler pattern towards the back. And then that allows you to save your more intricate or more eye-catching beads for the front of the piece. That looks really nice, actually. I do like that chocolatey brown with these soft pinks. I'm in a vintage mood, I think. This feels very vintage to me. Maybe it's because I've been staring at an old sewing machine for so long. Vintage vibes. There we go. Oh, someone asked about my table. Speaking of vintage, if there was a cookie tray. No, I actually have a vintage, I love antiques, I'm a grandma at heart. It's a vintage TV tray. Isn't it pretty? She's a little rough for wear, but I like that look. It shows her age. Yeah, she's a vintage TV tray, and I like her because she has like edges, raised edges. So even if my beads fall off my mat, they're not going to go too far. So I always set this up for videos in a place where I have good light, and I love it. And I can take this, like sometimes you like to craft in front of the TV, so I can take this in front of my TV. So pretty. It's the only TV tray I have, but I love her. I just love antiques, you guys. Yeah, it's totally a grandma TV tray. I am a grandma at heart. I love old things. I love antiques. My house is a Victorian house. Even my house is old. So I'm just like determined to fill her with things from that era, I guess. So fun. All right, let's see. This is looking good. And then I think we're ready to crimp pretty soon. Just make it a little bit longer. I could see this necklace being a beautiful 16-inch necklace without the pendant. Oh yeah, it would be a beautiful like choker or princess style necklace, or just do a simple heart crystal there. Totally modifiable for whatever you want to do. That's the beauty. All right, let's do just one more. And then I think I'm going to end with the smaller bead since our clasp is on the smaller side. Yes, also allows to clean up your table quickly. Just pick up the tray and put it away. Yeah, that's why I like it. Because I'm crafting everywhere. And, you know, if people come over, I can just shove this tray back in my office. And, yeah, quick cleanup. Yeah, I got this at a flea market long ago. Okay, this looks very cute. So I'm going to just check this around my neck really quick to make sure it's a good length for me. Yeah, that's going to be good. You could make it longer if you really wanted like a long piece. You could totally do that. Okay, so I'm going to add my crimp tube. And then I think I'm just going to crimp the clasp directly. We'll see if that works. Because you want to make sure that like this can get through. I'm going to add a few more of the little beads to the end here, just to make sure that we can get our clasp through. There we go, there we go. And then I will use a jump ring actually, just in case. Okay, got the jump rings. Now you have me wanting to search Marketplace to see if I can find one of those. Yeah, I love it. I use it all the time. And now it matches my sewing machine. My sewing machine is like the same kind of color pattern. So, worked out. Okay. Oh, let's put that jump ring on the other piece too while we're at it. Yeah, great little holder. And then you can wear the necklace while you're crocheting or knitting, and your stitch markers will be handy for you. Let me make sure this one is nice and closed. I'm always like really making sure these jump rings are super secure and flush. That looks really good. And then we will put the crimp tube on, and then the clasp. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, pull that tight. I'm going to get my crimpers, and if you aren't familiar with crimping, we have a lot of tutorials for how to do this, but I've got my crimping pliers here. I'm going to go in on that second notch that has the little notch at the top. And I'm making sure my wires are on either side of that notch and then giving it a firm press. So now you can see, if I can flip this around, we're crimped. So I'm going to fold that crimp in on itself by using the first station. You're just kind of folding it in on itself like a hot dog. There we go. That's a nice crimp there. And I'm going to trim the excess wire, making sure I don't trim the side that my beads are actually on. That would be not great. Okay, and then for this side, what we want to do is we want to make sure, oh, this looks great, that there's no gapping. So we kind of have to hold this one up and adjust as we crimp. So we're adding the clasp, bringing that wire back down through the crimp tube, pulling. We want to pull this down to the beads and then hold it up. To make sure there's no gaps, and I'm going to pushing that crimp tube back down as I hold it up. Okay, that's perfect. And you don't want it too tight. You want a little bit of give so it drapes nicely. There we go. And then we're just going to crimp it like we did on the other side. So pressing that down and then folding that crimp in on itself. These crimping pliers are great. These are the glimmer pliers. I really like them. There we go. We've got a necklace to hold all of our stitch markers. So cute, and the clasp works beautifully. I'm glad I added those extra beads and the jump rings, and they can hold all of your stitch markers. Now let's take a look at this, at what it looks like without the stitch markers. So you can see that like it doesn't just have to be for stitch markers. That's just like an added bonus. Yeah, look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, so cute. Oh, I love it. Super sweet. So there we go. Love that. Sometime can you do a show on various options to cage stones without holes to turn them into pendants? That is a good idea, and there's so many different ways to do that. I like that idea, Lydia. I will keep that in mind. Great. Yeah, super fun. So do have stitch markers, use them for glasses. Oh, great idea. So yeah, so this is really nice. Love how that looks. Let's flip the camera and see what it looks like on. Let's do it. Hello. Okay, let's adjust this light and see what we're doing here. Yeah, that looks good. It matches my sweatshirt here with the little hearts on it. There. So probably wear it with a different neckline, but as you're stitching, you could have these handy and just add them on. Add your little stitch markers on. That turned out super cute. Thank you, Francie. Oh, I think it looks super cute with a little, you know what the stitch markers remind me of too is that bridge in, I think, Paris, where people used to add the locks. That's what it reminds me of too, because they look like little padlocks. So super cute. So as you're crocheting or knitting, you've got your stitch markers handy. You can just pick them up. Now, sometimes I made mine a little shorter because I'm doing it live in front of you. I don't know if you want to sit here forever. If I were making this to use as a stitch marker holder, I would probably make it long down to here so you could easily grab your stitch markers and see what you're doing. Yes, I will show you my dress. Let me go get that. It's right next to me here. Okay. She's big, so let's see if I can back up a little. This is the dress. Isn't she pretty? And I made the beautiful sleeves. Let's see here. Pretty sleeves with all the floof and the ribbons. She looks really pretty on. Great color with my hair, how it is now. So yeah, so she's big. She's got lots of pleats. So pretty. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. Let me get the scarabs that I'm working on too out of polymer clay. Hang on. All right. So these I'm going to turn into the necklace that she wears, and these were really fun. When will I wear this dress? I'm going to wear it several times. I'm going to a historical ball, and so that's why I made it, because I thought it would look pretty. And then I'm going to a fun little convention at the Biltmore in Los Angeles, which is beautiful venue, so I thought it would look really pretty there. So I'm gonna wear it. I'll share a pic, in the Facebook group. But these are the scarabs that I'm working on. I'm making those out of polymer clay. First time working with polymer clay. It was a lot of fun. I dropped one. So I had like a mold for these. I found a mold to press the clay into, and then I did mica powder on top to give it that like scarabeus look. And then I just made sure to add little holes at the end so I could connect them all together in the necklace. So I've got some supplies like gold seed beads and gold eye pins to connect these all together, and then I got to figure out the clasp situation, but super pretty. So that's my little extra project this month, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys like it. I'll share a pic in the Serious Art Beaters Facebook group of the dress on, because it really is pretty. So yeah, so that's the show today. A little stitch marker necklace for the Crafty girls. If you have items in your cart, make sure to check out and get that going. Sometimes some items do sell out. I know that pink heart did sell out fairly quickly, especially like everybody's planning for Valentine's Day right now. So definitely if you see something you like, get it. And if you spend $26 or more, you will get free shipping, which is very exciting. And in every order while supplies last, you'll get a free Valentine's Day seed bead blend. So very exciting. So that's our show, making little stitch marker necklaces. The stitch markers are optional, but super handy to have if you're a crocheter or knitter. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that this was inspiring. Deb's going to be live tomorrow, so make sure to check out her show and keep your eyes on the artbeats.com/live page. You can see what's coming up there and rewatch previous shows, because they're all available for you there too. So good page to keep bookmarked. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful weekend.